What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss this Saturday's main event between Israel Adesanya and Nassourdine Imavov. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly to help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. Israel Adesanya has his first non-title fight in almost 6 years in his main event bout against Nassourdine Imavov this Saturday in Abu Dhabi. In a fight, man, I mean, massive implications, right? You have Nassourdine, who is on a roll, 3-fight win streak, most recently just dominating Brendan Allen, where it started a little bit rough for him. Brendan Allen had a lot of success early on in that fight, but Nassourdine was just really able to turn it around and just really just wear on Brendan Allen for the rest of that fight, in a fight where I thought Brendan was going to do the complete opposite of that fight, right? And Imavov, he's good everywhere. He's an exceptional striker, good wrestler, good grappling on the ground. And he mixes it up very well, changes levels very well. He's able to mix his strikes up with it very well. And he's big for the weight class, good footwork. I like the way he bounces. He moves around the cage very well, very light on his feet. You know, he poses for a very dangerous opponent for the former champion in Israel Adesanya. But you have Izzy, right? Yeah, he's 35, but at 185, I don't really think that poses any... I don't really think he's past his prime. Yes, he's 1 in 3 out of his last 4, but his 3 losses, Alex Pereira, which he avenged, Sean Strickland, where, you know, Sean, really, I think that was a style matchup also. I think that boxing of Sean against Izzy, where Izzy, I think, too, he did not seem focused on the fight. He just seemed very distracted. Sean really seemed to get in his head in that fight as well. And with Dricus, I mean, he was on fire. On absolute fire until he wasn't, you know, and that just shows how sneaky good Dricus du Plessis is as well. So, I mean, there is the question mark where does Israel Adesanya still have it, you know, or is he just facing top competition who really are that good? You know, maybe he was sipping on his juice a little bit too much against the Sean Strickland fight. Who really knows, right? But nonetheless, I think with Izzy, with where he's at 35, 2 losses in a row, especially with just how they happened, I think he's going to have a little bit of fire under his ass to get that win back on his belt and get back into title contention because, you know, like it or not, the UFC really seems to be setting him up here with a loss. Now, I don't think he's going to get the finish on Nassourdine if he gets the victory. I think that he is going to work his way, jab his way, just be more efficient over the course of 5 rounds over Imavov, who has a tendency to be lazy, let rounds get away from him, he seems like he just doesn't want to be there, doesn't really care to be there, underestimates his opponents at times. Sean Strickland really took advantage of that. I mean, he's the last guy to beat Nassourdine Imavov. So in this fight, you know, where you have Imavov, who's good everywhere, good striking, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, mixes it up very well. But I got Israel Adesanya, and a lot of it, you know, I'm kind of biased, you know, like in the sense that I've just been a fan of him over the years. You know, his rise to the title was exceptional. Yeah, some of his title fights were not the most exciting. I get that. I totally get that. But these guys still, you know, he went out there and outclassed a lot of these dudes. I mean, his fight with Paulo Costa, Derek Brunson, the early Marvin Vettori fights. I mean, he really put on a lot of good performances early on, and that's stuff that is not talked about now. And he really is as good of a kickboxer, a striker, as an MMA fighter. Now, he does have that chink in his armor, which is the grappling, which is something Imavov can definitely expose, for sure. But I'm picking Izzy on this fight. I'm picking him by decision. I think that he's just going to outwork his opponent and just be more efficient, be more smooth, precise. I just see that happening. But Imavov is a very dangerous game opponent who very well has all the tools in his belt to beat Israel Adesanya. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this main event. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.